Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Scenic Route with Lark Tibbs. She visited Cancun not too long ago, and we are talking today just about her trip, some highlights, and some tips and advice she may have for other women thinking about traveling, maybe solo, maybe with some friends. So, Lark, I would like to start with our first question. And can you describe your trip in your own words?
Yeah, so my trip, amazing. I feel like I was just like at this point where I desperately needed a break. And one of my coworkers kept saying like we should go to Cancun if we graduate from our program, and we did. So we finally just decided to book it. And it was so needed. Like I hadn't gone on a true relaxing vacation in a really long time. So it was just like so nice to have the privilege to get away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What was traveling like, especially to a foreign country during the pandemic?
Yeah, so I would say that first of all, like there's a lot of things that you should keep in mind when traveling during COVID. Our experience, everything was great. Everybody wore like all of the workers wore masks. We were largely outside. And also like on the plane, you have to wear your mask the whole time, which is important. But I would say like if you're gonna travel during the pandemic, please keep in mind that like as Americans, we are so privileged to have the medical infrastructure that we do possess. Other countries, Mexico included, like do not have that. So if you're gonna be there, like you're forcing people to work basically, like you're traveling, you're boosting their economy, which is great and it's a good thing. But also because like we're in the situation where it's a choice for us and it may not be a choice for other people to work, make sure you tip. Make sure you tip and tip good because people's lives literally could be like on the line. So but other than that, like everything was great, everything was fine. Getting back to the United States was a hassle just because you have to have that positive COVID, or that, I'm sorry, negative, negative. I always get those words like interchanged. You have to have a negative COVID test. Mine was negative. But they did that at the resort. It was just a hassle. Like once you get to the airport, you can't check in online to return to the United States. So there was a very long line that we got to wait in order to get our boarding passes.
Why did you pick Cancun for your vacation?
We knew we wanted to go to Mexico. I had never been, but one of my coworker had been to Cancun a bunch of times, and we just found a really cute resort from a friend.
How affordable was your trip?
It was pretty affordable because we did do it through a travel agent. Was able to get connected with someone who basically did everything for the trip for us. I think we spent less than $1,200 for 5 days, all inclusive. And then our only other expenses, I probably bought like $100 in cash for tips. And I don't even think I spent all of that, but made sure to like just give out a bunch of ones. And also our excursions were another expense. I think we spent less than $200 and we did 2 excursions.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to tell us about what those excursions were?
Yes. So we did a boat tour, like a booze cruise, which was so much fun because it also included going not scuba diving, snorkeling. And I had never done that before. I'm actually terrified of swimming in like any water where I can't see my feet. But the water in Mexico was so blue. I was like, heck yeah, like I'll do whatever. I just want to swim. It was so beautiful and so much fun. So we did that, we had a lot of fun on the boat. And then we went to the Isla Mujeres, which was just like a little island. And they had like every store like gave you tequila when you walked in. It was really great. There were lots of restaurants. So that was a really cool experience as well, just to kind of get off the resort, even though it was still a very touristy experience. And then we also went somewhere, I think it was called Explore. Yeah, it was called Explore. And it was like a 2-hour bus ride, but it was basically based in a cave. Like the gift shop, everything was in a cave. It was so cool. You could go swimming through the cave, you could go rafting, you could just go caving. There was a zip lining tour, and what else could you do? There's something else we did that I forget about. But there's just like, it was so much fun.
Yeah. So out of those 2, did you have a favorite or?
Probably the Explore place, just because, I'm terrified of heights. Like felt like mentally, even though my friends didn't bully me, like I had to bully myself into going ziplining. And when we got there, like you had to go 7 times. So, you know, you finish and I'm like, oh, thank God, like I survived this. And then I had to go again. So I literally wanted to like cry the whole time, but it was so much fun. Plus you keep going higher. So my anxiety was just, it was a mess, but it was great, like to face that fear. And like swimming through the cave was so cool. The water was so blue and beautiful. And there was like a waterfall. This was all natural and man-made. So it was just one of those things where you're like, holy crap, God made this.
That's a good moment to have on vacation.
Exactly.
Did you guys do anything nightlife related, or was it just mostly an excursions and resort type of trip?
Hey girl, you know I'm a grandma. You know that like getting me out the house past 10:30 is a struggle, no matter what, no matter where we are. And this trip was like largely about relaxation. Plus, when you're drinking all day long, it's hard. It's hard to then like go out that night and party. Our resort did have like a lot of things that you could do at night. Like there was like a rooftop pool club thing and there's stuff going on. So we would like hang out, but we did not leave the resort. And I definitely went to bed pretty early still.
What was your experience with Cancun beaches?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's keep in mind, like let me just paint the picture here. My whole childhood, every vacation, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which we know that Myrtle Beach is not it. Like you get to that hotel, it's sand in them sheets, it's dirty water, it's not a great experience. So coming to Cancun, like I had to stop when we walked outside the first time because the white sand and the blue, and I mean blue, like bright blue, like dang God, I've never seen this color before, blue. Like where'd you find this on the color palette? It was gorgeous. It was amazing. Like I absolutely loved it. It was so beautiful.
Would you recommend Cancun to women of color to travel to?
Absolutely. We had nothing but a positive experience. Everybody was really friendly. Like a woman came up to us the first day. It was me and Kylie, and she was like, oh my gosh, where are you guys from? Like, you guys are so beautiful. What country are you from? And we're like, the same one you're from, America, girl. But everyone was like calling us beautiful. They were very friendly. I felt very safe. And I think that the resort that we stayed in largely contributed to that as well. But I couldn't have had a more positive experience. No encounters with racism, I mean, to my knowledge, unless they said something in Spanish. But everything was just, it was great.
And speaking to the point about speaking Spanish, did you find yourself needing to know Spanish in order to have a good time? Or can someone with maybe no background in Spanish still go and enjoy themselves, be able to communicate and everything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody could go. It is so Americanized. We met people all over the world, some who didn't speak that much English, and they still were having a great time. I mean, as long as you can say mas tequila, like you're good. Everybody spoke really great English and also really great Spanish, but they were super accommodating and just wanting to like play into the needs of their guests.
Can you name some essential items that you must travel with to Cancun?
Of course. So I tend to like wipe down my seat and do the whole like Naomi Campbell type thing. So make sure you have them wet hands, them Clorox wipes and get those. Also, I hate flying, hate it. I always get asked if it's my first time flying, even though I fly all the time. So here's a little pro tip. Bring them airplane bottles in your liquids bag and a water bottle. Get drunk for $5. Just get you a little Chick-fil-A lemonade. So do make sure you bring your airplane bottles. And then other than that, like come to play, look cute. Like you gotta be ready and just bring a good attitude, great vibes, because how are you gonna be mad on vacation?
How are you gonna be mad on vacation? And I think that is the perfect way to end. Thank you for watching The Scenic Route with Lark Tibbs. This is Charlotte PinC magazine, and like, subscribe for more.
For having me.